So that was very quick work, and in spite of having little interruptions helping me, but I just wanted to see with the ground cover, or some people call it plastic mulch. So it only left me what was right there on the spigot line, and that was having access to sunlight. So, and then of course my peppers are still here. My eggplant's doing wonderful. It's actually having 3 fruit on it. Look at that. And there's one over here, and there's a couple more just getting started. But anyhow, so the only weeds to pull really are right here along this line, and a little bit here that goes against the border. Eventually, maybe this winter, I can't make any promises because we're having a, we're having a weird year. So anyhow, we'd like to actually replace this with a little picket, especially along the front. The back might not get done away for a while, but we'd like to actually have something really attractive to look at in the front this winter, just kind of like we did in the salsa garden. So my next job is to pull these weeds and then and pull the lines. I need to move this irrigation. Since fall of 2019, that was the last time this garden received any mushroom compost. And as you can see, I mean, it has little grit in it from the leftover mulch. You can see little bits of where the grit was. 2019, y'all. But most of it is what? Sand. So Jack was asking me, why am I always having to put down mushroom compost? This is why, because the good stuff goes down or gets eaten. It goes into the ground, I guess, becomes nutrition for the plants, but it also gets eaten up by, worms and whatever. And so what I'm left with is nothing but sand. Essentially, that's what we started with years ago. And now deep under there is, especially in this back corner, it has some excellent worm casting activity, and lots and lots of nutrition has got to be in there. I'm not actually cultivating this, which is why I'm kind of pulling up the weeds by hand. But we're going to leave it as is, put the compost on top of it, and we're just going to build the layer over it. And I don't see any real reason. I mean, if it was real grassy, yeah, I might consider cultivating just to knock those down, but we don't have that. We have a clean slate. So we're just going to go ahead and get the mushroom compost on next. you guys. Cicadas are out in full force. But totally finished it. It is like 12:15, 12:30, somewhere in there. And I started removing lines about 7:30. I had multiple interruptions, but I probably started doing the wheelbarrow serious, like one after another, around 9 o'clock. So, and I took lots of breaks. I took a phone call. So in 3 hours, I completely did this. And I actually had a couple wheelbarrows more of dirt, and I did put them up front, and then I was going to put this one up front, and I thought to myself, oh, stop. My green stalk came in, and I got to fill it. So I have some topsoil, I have some potting soil, and I have some mushroom compost, and all those three together are going to go towards filling the green stalk. And I'm expecting the strawberries any week now, so very excited about that. I just got to, I already hosed down the truck, but I put the tarp in the bottom of the truck to try to protect the shovel from destroying the bed too much. And then I'm just gonna wash this off. And I normally wouldn't do that, except for this is like a good one, good quality one that Jack likes to use sometimes for other projects. And so I'm trying to keep it really nice and clean. And so I'll hose it, let it dry probably on the chairs, and then we're going to get onto doing my irrigation in the house garden. And I will just tell you, I'll show you. I think I already have most of what I need out there for the part where you attach to the I have irrigation, I have a line, have a spigot. So if that doesn't work with the new Haas stuff, I have the main line, and then I also have the drip line. But if that doesn't work, then I have this from Haas as a backup. If not, this will go towards the south garden up there where I do my lettuces. So this is just on standby. It came with the kit. I have a whole bunch of little pieces here and there. So I'm going to actually take a break for lunch. I may dip in the pool, cool down really good. And then once I get a little bit more shade on that garden, I'll start working irrigation. Hey you guys, so I have new irrigation lines in, and as you can see, I've sprung a leak right there. Actually, I don't think it's bad. It's just where it comes in to the main line. So I'm going to turn off the water here in a second and just see if I can't make that fit better. That's just brand new hole right there. So if I can't make it just work better by kind of twisting it around, I'm going to cover foil over it, and that has worked for me in the past, and at least it keeps water on the line instead of just watering dogs. And I do have, this is the old line right here from last year, and it has a little leaks. I can just bury that. That's the other thing you can do if you don't want to do like foil or something. You can just stick this under the ground right here, and it kind of covers up your mistake or error or just problem in general. So let me back up. Okay, so this is the garden, the house garden, and it started as a little plant path, not even as far as the shed, and then we grew it out to the shed. There used to be a walkway back there, and we used to have power to the shed, and it used to do the pool pump. So then we moved it out to that, and then as we went along, we brought it out. But then we lost the garden that's behind my window, and so Jack brought it out even further. So the irrigation, my point being that the irrigation for this garden was originally set up more like a square foot gardening. You could see I've definitely increased my gaps here. Actually, I think this line needs to go on this side of the plant. You see how it's kind of, it's too wide, but it's really not that wide down here. So anyhow, when I had the square foot gardening method in here at one time, and then we just kept extending out the irrigation lines, and it just, I have to say, I think this has probably been, you know, part of this. This is probably like 9-10 years old, and then this part's about 3 to 4 years old. So the irrigation wasn't working anyhow. I don't know if you ever noticed in the old videos, but I had a piece that wrapped around there because I just had a long line here. Everything was very makeshift, and now I feel great because we're on the new Haas irrigation, drip line irrigation, and it comes out, it's all fresh lines. This line on the end, you saw me have to replace it after I originally put it in there, and there was a big massive gash down there at the end. I do not know how that ended up there, but big massive hole. So anyhow, this is now proper, and this area way back here where the onions are never had irrigation going to it, and that was a big problem, as you can understand. So I really like this better. This gives me more footpaths in here. I probably got rid of a row in order to increase some extra width. Those cabbages, broccoli, cauliflower, they actually expand pretty wide, so they're going to need every bit of that space I gave. And then when cabbage isn't in here, or cauliflower or broccoli, then I'm gonna have tomatoes like another year or so, right? So this makes more sense. You're gonna need space between stuff, and I'm gonna need irrigation in the end because that was quite a big problem. I think I missed out on whatever that is, 75 square feet worth of gardening I could have put in down there on the end last year, and I really couldn't. And then there's a little bit smaller space up here. That's kind of where we had the onion and the Brussels sprouts lines for last year. And so I'll just put my smaller things up that way. I really haven't got the game plan completely together for in here. I know generally what I want, but this is where I'm going to end the video for today because I think that's all I can take. It's probably only 3 o'clock, but I still haven't gotten in the pool, and I have done 2 yards of mushroom compost in here. My arms are like jelly. I got the irrigation in before dark. I was really gonna save that for an evening chore, and I just went ahead and I was like, I just want to get it done, and I did, and I can't believe how quickly and smoothly that all came together, thanks to, I just had all the parts on the shelf ready to go for actually the south garden, and then I thought I really cannot, this is priority. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, this is definitely a priority. This is where I'm going to put a lot of high valuable vegetables in, and they need the sun. And then lettuce and kales and all that can still wait another couple weeks if I need to buy. I probably need to buy some more main line. I have tons of drip line, and one more of those whatever kind of regulator things they call those, you know, those thingamajiggies. Need one more for up there. But if that never even happens, say I don't have a spare dime, I like the spray that's on there right now anyhow. I think that's going to go really good for lettuce and kales in years to come even. It looks like I may have to go back for one more yard of mushroom compost, because I could not cover all of the lettuce area and kale and whatever else I put up there. But I'm just so happy and tired. Maybe I'm more tired than happy, but I am pretty happy to have finally addressed the irrigation issues up here. And I have now water going every 1 foot, and that'll be great for my garden. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I'm probably a filthy mess again, but well worth the dirt. Take care, you guys. God bless, and I will see you guys in the next one, which we'll probably have vegetables in here next time. Bye.